Scientist?
Mm-hmm. He's taking chemistry online.
Well, I'm here. I'm still alive. The one and only.
And it's been a few weeks.
How's it? Oh. I'm here in Charleston.
We had to wake up at 4 in the morning to go to a stupid appointment. We had to leave at 4:30, but we were 15 minutes late. But not because of me. My mother yesterday decides that she doesn't feel right in her chest and had like off and on temps and all that and doesn't feel well. So she got tested for COVID, so she's been living out in the camper. Then Celino decides that he just got back inside because he had a COVID patient a couple weeks ago. He got tested and was negative, and then the first day he goes back to work after his test results. Then he gets 2 COVID patients on his floor. So he's been trying to keep his distance for the most part from me. And now this morning, my father decides that he's going to wake up without a voice at all, which doesn't sound like COVID, but he just is getting tested as we speak. So our house is like a cesspool.
This thing's hard to chew.
He's eating something called an RX bar. My mom said the vegan version was nasty because I later tried it. Hopefully it's not COVID and they have like some weird virus. And then I just got back from the electrophysiologist because that was 4 hours away, mind you. That's why we had to leave so early, because when I was at the NIH, they were doing a cardiac workup as well, and my EKG was bad again, and the previous EKGs were also not good. So between all of that evidence, and I have a genetic cardiac mutation in KCNQ1 that causes cardiac problems on my father's side. Well, they basically said that my EP, for lack of a better word, sucks, and that I need to find a new one. So I'm on atenolol to control my long QT and VT and just regular sinus tach. But the atenolol keeps crashing my blood pressures, so I've not been able to take a full pill. I've only been able to take a quarter of a pill, and that clearly isn't working because my QT still has been ranging anywhere from like 490s to 560s. Whenever I go to my local EP, he just says I'm fine and sends me on my way, but the NIH begs to differ, so I went to go see the new EP like they told me to, and they're changing up my atenolol to nadolol. He wants me to have the subcutaneous ICD as a backup, which will defibrillate my heart if I start going into VT or any other arrhythmia from my long QT. But he's giving me 3 months to make a decision about that. I wanted to record you being a scientist.
A scientist?
Mm-hmm.
Doing my my reconstitution of chemistry stuff.
He's taking chemistry online. Our wallpaper is really ugly. I make sure I put that in every vlog where it's showing.
I'm about to say, I think everyone knows our wallpaper is ugly because you keep on reminding them.
I know, but I like to remind it that we didn't choose this, okay? The people who lived here before us did. And we found a safe paint, so we are going to be redoing the kitchen eventually one day.
One day?
One day.
Alright, so.
How do you feel about chemistry?
So far it's okay. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I haven't really got into it. I'm just reconstituting stuff for labs for later on this semester. But yeah, I just got reconstituted one thing already, and now I have to reconstitute the next one. Magnesium sulfate, sodium borate, sodium carbonate, aluminum chloride, potassium, calcium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide. It is the corrosive one is the hydrochloric acid, but that's the one I just diluted right here. And now I just have to take a little bit of this and put it back in the original bottle because he wanted me to do a 0.1 dilution of it.
I hate chemistry. I took it 3 times, once in middle school, once in high school, and then once in college. I never had to do labs. All my labs were virtual.
Really?
Yeah, they were all computerized.
This is the second time I'm taking chemistry. I took it once, but I also took my freshman year of college. So like, no, my freshman year in high school. So I haven't taken it in college. So hence what I'm just now doing it. It's one of the requirements for a bachelor's.
It's my least favorite subject ever. I feel really horrible. I feel like I lost half my blood volume from the NIH. I just did some IV iron, but of course that takes 2 weeks for your body to do its thing. There's a significant blood shortage. I want to see if my body will work this out on its own without me requiring a transfusion. I tolerate transfusions fine because I've gotten them quite a bit, but of course, especially during a shortage, it's always optimal to do the IV iron, especially if I'm not having a huge, massive bowel bleed, and it was just from already being anemic and needing to give blood for labs because they took 32 tubes. It's kicking in here. So you can add 5 more tubes of blood to my 32. The last time I vlogged is everyone thought you had COVID.
Oh, I did. Thank the Lord I did not.
So her and my dad both got tested and they were both negative. Hemoglobin's a 10.5. Is that what it is, 10.5?
Yep. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's real good.
We're taking our Teddy Graham on a walk. Teddy Graham. The oncologist appointment went well. As a previous clip showed, my hemoglobin is up a little bit, which is wonderful considering all the blood I lost. So my body managed to keep my hemoglobin up, but my iron levels, my saturation is back down to 7%. They like to see it at least 20%. So that is a downfall. My liver numbers are even better than they were last time they were checked, which is also wonderful. My pancreas, when I was at the NIH, they checked my lipase. That was elevated in the 250s. I have chronic pancreatitis, but normally my lipase levels run between like 70s to 90s, low 100s. And that was mainly when my liver was in a state of distress, but now it is up for some unknown reason, and it didn't change because they rechecked it again today. It's still in the like 250s. I have to go see my GI doctor about why in the world I have pancreatitis when I don't eat. I don't run feeds to stimulate my pancreas. I'm on TPN and I only do lipids 3 times a week. I don't have a gallbladder and my liver is looking better. So what in the world is going on where my pancreas wants to be a pain? I guess that is the mystery I will end this vlog with.